created Species Nutrition with one mission in mind: to provide bodybuilders and serious athletes with no-nonsense supplements that work. I put my name and reputation on every bottle of Species Nutrition products. If you want to be your absolute best, join the evolution.
Television on RXMuscle.com.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what happened. Something did you notice the commercial stopped playing audio at some point?
No, we went to the end. Then I saw myself. I thought at first you were going to play the intro.
Something went wrong. Hold on. I'll just clip this out. Hold on a second. Let me just play the Species commercial. I created Species Nutrition with one mission in mind: to provide bodybuilders and serious athletes with no-nonsense supplements that work. I put my name and reputation on every bottle of Species Nutrition products. If you want to be your absolute best, join the evolution. Hold on, I fucked up again. 1 second. Supposed to play IRONMAG.
A show day question. Do you take your pills with a sip of water, or do you not take because you don't want to drink water that day?
Yeah, I don't usually recommend doing vitamins the day of the show. If you're going to do, like, if you're taking like clenbuterol and T3 and some Arimidex or something like that, those are small pills. I usually just take those with a sip of water. But I wouldn't be taking, like, all the vitamins and essential fatty acids, because you're just not drinking enough to really flush those down. And to be quite frank, one day of missing them is going to do nothing. There's no reason. And a lot of people, if you don't drink enough fluid with vitamins, a lot of people get indigestion and their stomach hurts. So don't try to jam your vitamins down. Likewise, I usually have people use the Fiberlyze product 3 times the day before the show, because you're not going to be able to use Fiberlyze the day of the show because you're not drinking. Usually what I do is, if it's a Saturday show, Saturday night before bed, once you start eating and drinking, and I do a Fiberlyze shake before bed just to make sure I can go to the bathroom in the morning. But before that, I wouldn't do any vitamins, while you're not drinking.
Theophilos, I have high TSH, low T3, and high T4. Doctor said my T4 doesn't convert to T3, and he suggested exogenous T4 supplementation. That doesn't make sense to me since I don't convert that to T3. Should I supplement with exogenous T3 or T4?
Give me the beginning again. I want to just hear what he's low and high.
Yeah, sure. So he says he has high TSH, low T3, and high T4. And then the doctor made a recommendation, or rather said that his T4 doesn't convert to T3 and suggested exogenous T4 supplementation.
Yeah, it sounds kind of ridiculous to me too. If your T4 is high normal and your T3 is low and TSH is high, when thyroid stimulating hormone is high, it's basically your body telling itself, we don't have enough active T3. We don't have enough of the active thyroid hormone. So he's not converting T4 to T3. Taking more T4 is not going to solve the problem because he's not converting it, like he said. So really what he needs to do is probably take either Cytomel, which is direct T3, or he could take, sometimes a lot of people do the Armour thyroid, which contains a little T4 and T3. Personally, I would rather just take T3 because it's a little more precise. But the question is, why isn't he converting T4 to T3? That's the question. And maybe an endocrinologist would be the person to consult first. And, it's sometimes, also I think, and this is probably the thinking process that his doctor has, sometimes people can't convert their own T4 to T3, but then they take an exogenous source of it and it converts. So maybe the doctor wants to try that first. The thing that sucks is that he has low T3 right now. So he's probably having, side effects of that. And a lot of times you want to fix it instantaneously. The best way to fix it is to take T3, but it might not hurt to try the T4 for a week or so, get some blood draws. And if it's not raising his T3 up, then go right to the T3.
Let's go to M Seta. For an off-season cycle, did you like using 2 or 3 total compounds to test being the base, or if the milligrams are equal, does it not matter?
I personally liked doing in the off season two compounds. So I would use testosterone with an anabolic, and I would try to switch it every 6 to 8 weeks, the anabolic, that is. And that seemed to work well. Every once in a while, I would try to throw some orals in. I never really did well on orals, like I told you, because it always killed my appetite, so I didn't use them. But, once in a while, I would throw some Dianabol tabs in there to kind of, boost me up a little bit. Obviously, I was taking growth hormone with the two anabolics as well, and a lot of times insulin in the off season because I couldn't absorb my food properly. So that worked well for me. And then pre-contest, I would go to usually 3 compounds, and sometimes at the very end, I would go to 4. So like a pre-contest, I would do like maybe testosterone, trenbolone, acetate, Winstrol. There really wasn't that much Masteron when I was competing. So guys didn't use really Masteron, but we would use like Helotest in the last 2 weeks. Sometimes I would use Primobolan when it was available. But to me, testosterone, the last 5 years of my career, all I used was testosterone and trenbolone for contest prep along with GH. That was it. I didn't need anything. matter of fact, I looked better just using those 2 compounds. And I used to say as a joke when I was in the middle of my career, I used to say, you know what? I really believe that you can use testosterone, trenbolone, and GH and probably look the absolute best you can and never having used another compound. So what I would do is off season, I would just use testosterone and equipoise. And then for the contest prep, I would just use testosterone and trenbolone acetate. And unfortunately, the trenbolone acetate keeps you up. It makes it hard to sleep at night. But I would do that for like 12 weeks, and that was it. It was super simple. And I think I looked better because of it, because I didn't have as many drugs in my system, but I had the ones that actually really make the biggest difference in your physique. And so you might want to try that. I got really good results with that. I was very happy with how I looked those last couple of years. And remember, I had shoulder issues. So I really couldn't train the way I needed to. I was kind of faking my way through it. But physique-wise, my physique looked the best it had my entire career.